Okay, now in the left reverse exercise, what we're trying to do, okay, is if you look there, this is the side there, that edge there, that edge is the side image of the car. We would call that, normally, we would call that the horizon. That is the horizon of the image of the car. And then if you look there, that there is the curb, and that's the horizon of the curb. What we want to maintain is we always want to maintain a minimum gap between the side of the car, the image of the side of the car, and the curb. If the image of the side of the car, crosses the curb line, you are going to hit the curb if you carry on in a straight line. Okay? So you must always establish that gap. Do you understand that? Right? Do you understand that? Okay. So what we want to do is we want to maintain the gap between the side of the car and the curb. Okay? Alright, good. Now, let's do. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we've now established our position on the other side of the road where we're going to start the left reverse. Alright? So we start by looking all around to make sure that it's clear everywhere. Okay? And then we reverse back. Now we are going to maintain, again, what we are going to do is we are going to maintain that gap between the side of the car and the image of the curb, that gap there. We don't want to keep it the same all the time, but we don't want it small, okay? It mustn't be too small, right? So now we reverse back slowly. We observe everywhere. Okay, now wait. When the gap opens up, the gap is opening up. Now the gap is opened up. Now we stop. Now lock your wheel to the left. Lock it all the way to the left. Now we must observe over the right shoulder, round and over the back, because our nose is going to swing which way? To the right.
To the right.
It's going that way, our nose. And the back is going which way?
Left way.
Okay, so we look all around. Okay. As we go back, we look. Now the car's going to go around, and then that gap is going to get too small. Now it's getting smaller, see? Now when that gap gets to about that size, we stop. Now straighten up our wheel, half and one. No, that's it. Now your wheel is straight, right? Now we go straight past the apex of the corner. The apex of the corner is the furthest point to the corner, which is that point there. So we're going to go straight past the apex. Now look at the gap between the horizon of the car and the horizon of the curb. That is the gap we were looking at right at the beginning, isn't it? Now we go past that until it opens up again. So we observe, look around. Okay, now that gap has opened up again. We've gone past the apex of the corner. Now lock your car to the left again. Right, now observe all around. Make sure it's all clear. Look behind you as well. Right, now you go back until that gap gets small again. Okay? So you go back a little bit more. Right? And there, that's the perfect gap. There it is. But there's a gap. You see there's a gap between the side of the car and the curb. Can you see that? Right, now straighten your wheel. Half and one. Now we observe all around. We make sure it's clear everywhere. And we simply go straight back. And the car will basically maintain that position as we go back, and that position on the curb will be the same as we have done in straight reverse. Okay, I will post that video for you, okay?